Alrighty, you guys, what's going on today? Today I'm going to be talking to y'all about the Immersion blender by Chefman. Essentially your typical handheld blender. Great for, things that don't require tons of power, though you want to get a mix that you can, both control and, not, I guess, go too hard with. It's perfect for, mixing up different batters. Maybe mixing up lots of eggs if you're baking or making omelets. It's also great for mixing big things of drinks. So if you're making margaritas or whatever, it's just a very easygoing kind of blender. Not for heavy duty cooking projects whatsoever. It's very, very simple. So as you can see, it is a pink blender. It stands out among all the cooking equipment that I've ever got. Actually, I got this from a friend and she just doesn't use it anymore, so I took it from her and I've used it a couple of times. I dig it, it's, again, not like the best blender in the world, but it does the job. It is a hand blender, so it is rubberized on the top. Basically, because it's rubberized, it's much easier to hold. It, is totally non-slip. What I will say though is the rubber, because it kind of covers a big portion of it, it does get very sticky. So you do have to be very conscious about cleaning it pretty often. I would say, just because if you don't, it will remain fairly dirty. Just kind of gross to hold on to. The grip on it though is very, very ergonomic, very comfortable. As you can see, it kind of bends right there. So kind of forms to your hand a little bit, which is nice. Kind of gives you just, especially because once you've been using this for a while, it can definitely start to hurt your hand a little bit. You can get like a hand cramp with it. So it's nice that they've made it a little more comfortable to hold. Then at the bottom you have kind of a stick design. So it's, I think it's a pretty good size. It can reach into your pretty standard, pots, bowls, pitchers, things like that. I think from top to bottom, this is just over a foot long. So, what I will say is that for what it does, I almost wish that it was smaller, especially this top part right here, because it's not the most powerful thing in the world, and I just think I don't know, I don't believe it needs to be this big. The motor has 2 speeds. It's not the most powerful motor in the world. Very, very calm speeds, even both of them. You switch the speeds with these 2 buttons right up here, and it's pretty easy. They're kind of rubberized buttons. They kind of click when you've changed speeds. So there's nice, nice one-touch kind of button control, meaning you can blend with one hand as well. You don't need to, have both hands on it to keep it controlled. The blades are right here. Blades are pretty sharp. They're actually pretty nice, and it's cool that you kind of have, while you're blending it, it has this little piece around here, and essentially what that's going to do is going to block everything from flying all over the place, because once you start blending eggs or anything that's soft or a liquidy sort of material, it's going to start moving around and whirlpooling a lot. So having this around it essentially makes it so you're not going to make a total mess. It also has the little holes on the side right here, because obviously you don't want to just blend tiny little bits of it, the only parts that are inside here. You want it to still be moving around, though just not so much that it's going to fly around everywhere. It is pretty heavy for what it is. Definitely weighs over a pound for sure. I would say maybe like 2-3 pounds in all. It's got a pretty thick motor in there for what it is. And then you have the cord right here. The cord's a little bit annoying, just because, there's not really anywhere to put it, or I almost wish they would have had maybe an attachment on the back that you could have circled the cord around as you would like a vacuum cleaner. But they don't have that, so you will have to, in terms of storing this thing away, it's not the most storage friendly in the world. Having said, if you have really small things that you need to blend up, I would highly recommend it. It is, again, great for omelets, great for batters, for bakers. Great for if you're making lots of drinks in big quantities that are iced. And yeah, again, this is the Chefman rubberized hand blender, and definitely recommend checking it out. Alrighty guys, take it easy.